tuning in. Yes, once again, it's still your girl, Dami. I'm here again, bringing you to you live and direct. So, I've been hearing some rumors, some things, some stories, and people have been calling me. People have been sending me messages. Oh, I just can't take it anymore. You understand? So, I want to talk about your boyfriend. So, but for those who are just joining us for the very first time, you know that I love you. And those who have been here again, who have been here before, who are here again. Oh my God, I cannot express my love for you because my love for you is infinitesimal. So let's get right into the topic of today. Yeye Boyfriend 101. Yes, because enough is enough. You understand? Let me rant a little bit. You cannot. In fact, there is been a lot of talk, and ah, it's just so annoying. And it got to me, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's talk about it. Shall we? So I'm going to be talking. It's story time though. It's story time though. So I'm going to be talking about me. I want to just to give you a background, to give us a background on my past relationships. And I've heard a lot of people these days. For the past few days, I've been receiving messages. Oh God help me. I've been receiving messages that are heartbreaking, to be sincere. And when I think about this whole thing, I feel like, there was once a time that this little girl was once in one kind of abusive relationship like that. When you are in an abusive relationship, there are some characteristics that comes along with it. You don't even get to know that you are being abused, especially when it is not physical abuse. And we are forgetting that there are lots of other abuses that can actually cause a lot of damages. You know what I mean? So I want to talk about it, but from my own story perspective. So we are going to be treating Yeye Boyfriend 101 now, which means that there might be 102, there might be 103, 204, till we get to what? The last boss. You understand? So let's dive right into it, right? Shall we? So it happens that in that year, when I finished secondary school, I'm this kind of person that, well, I don't really fancy, going out with guys and dating and all these things. I was this kind of serious girl, and but then after secondary school, and I was trying to get an admission into university, I had to leave my mom, because my mom was a struggling single mother with a lot of responsibility on her. So I was like, okay, probably if I should just leave and then reduce that responsibility, because I want to further my education. I don't want the burden to be on her. I don't want her to be the one to start running elter skelter, because as at that time my brother was in higher institution and she was paying a lot of school fees and a lot of other things, and I was like, okay, this is too much on this woman. And if I want to pursue my academic, I have to go outside of the house to do that. So I moved in with my sister, and then I was looking for admission, and at the same time I was working so that I can get that money together. That one is story for another day. I was working with one man like that used me like a drainage water. I would work from 7 to 11 p.m. in the night, and so, but then that's story for another day, so I don't want to digress too much because I don't want to spend much time. So, and then I was like, okay, people were telling me that, okay, my friends were already in the university in Unilag then, so they were like, damn me, you need to have a boyfriend, you cannot be living alone, you can't be alone, you can't always be like that. Like, please, I want to just focus on where I'm going, because I have a lot of things ahead of me that I'm trying to focus on. Boyfriend is not one of it, and they shall force me. Eventually, one of my very good friend, she had a get together birthday party, and then she invited her classmate then University of Lagos. And then the classmate, they came, and one of the classmates was like, okay. And then the guy was not asking me. I was like, what's this one doing? And she was like, okay, you know what, this guy is a very good guy, and all that, and all that, and all that. Now, we just start. So we actually started the relationship, but it's not like the relationship really lasted long. But at that point in time, my mind was not really focused on relationship yet. So I don't even know what first love means then. I had no clue. And this guy, well, what can I say? It was at a point, okay, he was showering me with a lot of text messages. It was some my phone would call, text messages and everything. It was as if love was shocking him. My sister was like, I know my mind is not too clean with this guy. I'm not really flowing with this guy. I was like, please let him just be. I've not fallen in love with him, but I just like, let me see how it goes. So along the line, now brother just stopped to the call. Like, he just cut communication, like, hello. I think it was about 3 months or so into the relationship, and then she just stopped communication. Okay. I was like, okay, well, probably will come around. You understand? So I went to that my friend and introduced me to her, to him, and then she was like, this guy that, okay, you know what? Let me call him to know what is happening. And funny enough, he stopped talking to her too. Well, okay, and before then, when I met him, he had already introduced me to his best friend, who happened to be a girl. My girl, yeah, girl, you're watching this now, a shout out to you, Damilola. So she introduced me to his best friend then, and this best friend happened to be my namesake, and because of that, we were like, our vibes connected immediately, and we were like, this, that, and then we became close. You understand? So when he started, going off the radar, he actually stopped talking to her as well, which, well, we do not know. We didn't know the reason, but then it was as if, I don't know. We deal with trauma in different ways. So probably I'm just going to give the excuse for him, maybe because as at that time he lost his mom. So and I think his mom was the only thing he had then. So probably that was one of the reasons. But well, I don't know. So he just stopped calling, just went off the radar, probably because he was dealing with things. I don't know. I tried, but it wasn't forthcoming, so I just bye to Yeye Boyfriend. That's Yeye Boyfriend 101. But my point in this video is that I want to, you see, this Damilola that you introduced me to. We are going to get there though. But she was the one who orchestrated. It was through her that I met my husband. Can you see the twist in the story? There are a lot of twists in the story. So from there, and then I was like, okay. And then Damilola now was like, okay, you know what? Let's just we just be friends. And me and Damilola, we became so close. We became friends, and we talk a lot and all that. So after then, boyfriend no one was gone, and thank God I've not fallen in love with him. So it wasn't really a big deal to me. It's like, I didn't even want it anyway. So I moved on quickly. I brushed off. I moved on. My sister was even like, you're not going to cry. She's like, no, I'm not crying. Like, you're not going to even, feel bad and everything. I don't know how they do these things, and I've never experienced an heartbreak, so I don't know how it feels. Then it came to pass in those days. Yeah, so then, and after a while, like when I got a while, I got a job in Yem in Unilag. Yeah, it's a supermarket inside Unilag. So, and it's a very, I think, if not the most popular, apart from PG, I think for Unilag students, you know what I'm talking about. Apart from PG, I think Yem should even be more popular than PG. So Yem was a major supermarket, and a lot of people come in and go and come in and go. So I was working in Yem then, and as I was as innocent and as gentle as I am, and I was just working. But there's this thing that I have flair then for fine guys. When I see a fine boy, you understand, it's just like it's something that just happened. You understand what I'm saying? So And there's this particular guy that normally come to, you know, he comes to buy things, and I'm just like, okay, this guy is fine, you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about, it's fine. And I was just open. I wasn't even open. I was just admiring him from afar off. So I didn't even know that he was going to come to me, all this kind of thing. When he see fine boy, and eventually he now came to ask me out there. I didn't even think about it like that much before I gave it a consideration. So I started dating this bobo. Now in love catch me. I got butterfly in my belly. Oh. So I had these butterflies in my belly. Then I was like, oh, now finally I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. So please don't mind me. I'm playful, right? I know. So I was in love. I was in love. And this guy, then, I've always had the imagination, okay, of, a dream guy, you know, tall, handsome, with swag, dark and lovely, what kind of thing. So, and it came perfect description. And he has even one, yeah, he has one like Mr. Department, Mr. Faculty, and he even contested for Mr. Unilag at some point. But then, well, all things being equal, then we started dating, and I think a few months into the relationship, he strategized very well, because he actually hooked me. And then the mentality you have is that if a guy introduces you to his family, automatically you are ìyàwó. For those who don't understand Yoruba, it means you are wife, you're already a wife. That kind of a thing, that is something. So he took me to his family house in one estate in Isolo. Then I met his parents when they were not living in Lagos, but I met his grandma and his uncles, and and I felt that, okay, I have arrived at my destination. Look at me. And the funny thing is that as we were dating, but I didn't really realize how much of an abuse I was into, because it was as if he planned it really, really well. That even when you are being abused, you tend to be on the defensive. That even when people see that, okay, this thing is not right, you tend to be like, oh, you give excuses for him. Oh, probably he was in the bad mood. Probably he wasn't. It's not what you think it is. Probably this and that and that and that. It was my fault. I'm the one that is not enough. I'm not as this and that. So I realized that he was cheating. Like I didn't really. It's not like I caught him red handed, right? But I just feel that something was not right. So I started I didn't police him around, but anytime if I open his laptop, all of a sudden you just see some messages popping up, just see some pictures, like really. And the funny thing is that it felt like, okay, because because I'm fine, because I'm okay, I have everything under control, like you should be happy that you have me, like you understand that kind of a thing, as if I'm not worth him. Probably because then I was not in school and he was in, I think, 500 level, 400 level at that time. So probably feel that I was not worth him. But then it really hurt me, and I kept pushing. I think almost around 1 year. I dated him for almost 1 year, but I knew I wasn't happy. But then, love, see what you make me do. So, but then I was not happy. And do you know that despite the fact that this guy was okay, me, that I was struggling to actually to put things together for myself, I would work hard, and then he would still come and say, oh, you can do this, that, and my dad have not sent money, I need this money to quickly clear some projects and everything. And me will still carry money and give to this person. And sometimes, and then it just. And to be sincere, if he had not broken up with me, let's say, if he broke up with me first, then he came back and I accepted again. But the second time, I couldn't take it anymore. And I had to like, okay, you know what, we are done. I can't take this anymore. So we are so done. And that was the first time I had an heartbreak. Okay. The 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 moral of this lesson is that when you are in an abusive situation, please allow people to help you, because sometimes you don't even know that you're already deep into it until someone comes to actually call your attention to it. Don't be malicious. There are a lot of things that this guy did emotionally. I was so drained because he drained me emotionally. He abused me psychologically, that I was thinking less of myself. It makes me think that I'm not worth it. It makes me see myself as though I am worthless. And I tend to now see myself like someone who is not what to have. It makes himself look so mighty and so supreme, to the extent that it makes me look so small and so little. And with all this, over the time, over the month, for days, weeks, months, and I was going through all this kind of emotional trauma. And the funny thing is that I was not listening. It's not like people did not see this thing, notice all these things, and they noticed that, okay, this person is abusing you, but I was not. It's not like I didn't see it, but I wasn't paying attention to it, because I think that I'm in love, and then love covers all multitude of sin. So please, when you are in love, don't fall. Open your eyes and stand. And when you are being abused, and I'm saying this story, you see, what brought about this topic is because I spoke with a friend of mine yesterday, and she was telling me some certain things that she's going through, and I was like, okay, you know what? This is it. Because I know that I've been there, and I know what it is. I know how this thing turns out to be. It turns out to make you disvalue yourself, and it turns out to make you have inferiority complex, even when you're supposed to raise your head up high and walk in your in all of your glory as a woman, and then you just feel yourself as, oh no, I'm just like, no, you are not less, and you don't accept anything less from anybody. You are worth much more than sacrifice. See, you are worth much more than a brother can wait for. You understand? So please, I just want to encourage you, in case you are in any abusive relationship and you don't seem to know it yet. So I'm just telling you now that, girl, wake up. It's time to get out now before it's too late. It's time to talk to your leg, babes. Leave that relationship. It's not worth dying for, and it's not worth enjoying this kind of pain for. And don't you dare think that it's going to change when you get married to him. It's never going to change. Marriage doesn't change anybody. In fact, it brings out the worst in everyone. So please, and please, when you are in this kind of category that he abuses you and it makes you feel less of yourself, it makes you feel. Thank you for tuning in, and please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. Please, if you know a girl that needs to hear this, please make sure you share and let them subscribe, so they can get more inspiration and more of these things, so that they can know when to run. Take cover, girl. So thank you so much for watching, and we've come to the end of today's episode. I love you. Peace out.